let's go ahead and put batteries in it, see what it does. Alright, got the batteries in there, got test probes connected to it. I guess I should zoom out a little bit so you could see more. That's my other meter powering. Gonna power off because I ain't used it. Okay, so we could see that it's in the off position. Do nada. Let's swing it to 10K and let's see what happens. Oh, almost zeroed out. How exciting. Hey, look at that. I could finally zero it out. But look at that. Alright, well, we saw that it was resting lower. So let's see if we can get that meter to drop. That calibrate knob is loose. I don't have anything to mount to. There we go. So there we zeroed it out. Still doesn't drop all the way. That was interesting. See what happens. So I wonder if I don't have a loose wire or something. Maybe we need to oil that? Who knows? Okay, so how about voltage test? Let me turn my power supply on. Power supply is at 5 volts DC. Let's swing this to 10 volts DC. Negative and negative, positive and positive. And remember, I said I don't know how to read this dumb thing. Well, if we went with the bottom scale, 5 volts would be right there where it's at. Let's increase the voltage. Let's go up to 10. So that's 8, 9, 9.8, 9. Alright, 10.2. How's that look? Not quite on the bottom scale. That's not bad. Let's swing this up to the 50 volt. See what 50 does. 50, if we go with the second scale, takes us to about 10 volts. And if we go to 250, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So yeah, 10. Let's see, I can drive this a little higher. Let me put back on the 50 and swing this up higher. So here we're at 17.5 volts. Let's go for 18. Alright, so we're at 18 volts. We're on the 50 volt scale. And I guess we come down here to the second scale, to the 50 volt scale. Because at 50 volt, on the 50 volt scale, we definitely see the 18. That's what I'm saying. It is a goofy meter. Let's crank it higher. We're going to go to 25 volts. Okay, 25. And if we read the same scale, that's 25. Let's go up to the 250 scale. Which would be the top of the scale. I don't know. To me, I would think 25 should be on this halfway mark. And it's not. Let's keep going higher. Okay, this is all I got to give, and that's 30 volts. We'll drop this down to 50. And not quite 30. Okay, so let's go ahead and figure out the switch. I think I'm happy with what it's doing. Like I said, it's only going to serve one purpose, and I'm okay with that. I guess as long as I can get the meters to somewhat calibrate, I guess, I don't know. I guess maybe that really don't mean anything. Going through my screw collection in the garage, I've come across a couple of screws here, and putting on these big washers, it just so happened to give me the proper clearance I need for the switch to function properly without any modification to the screws themselves. I have enough clearance down here that this all should work just fine. I do believe. Close enough. This is the final truth right here. Will it or won't it? Okay, well, that answers that question. Those screws are too big. Well, let's see how far we can get assembling this thing. I think providing I can get the case closed, I would be happy with that the way it is. Have it reassembled, and as you can see, the switch is in and the adjuster's in. Adjuster works just fine. The switch is a little stiff, and it will push down if you try to push it, primarily because that piece there is broken, and the glue is just a cheap fix. I don't ever think I'm going to use that switch for its capacity, and if so, then I could just use a screwdriver as such. So again, just a one purpose only meter, so I'm okay with that. I went through, double checked the values of the rest of the resistors. For the most part, they were all within tolerance. There's one or two that, you know, should probably be changed if I was going to use it for the meter that it is. Again, I'm not going to stress about those. I'm okay. However, I do have one right here that I am going to change, and this one here is a 15K that reads 10K. So the probe's on the meter. Now this is still, that resistor is still in line. So I'm going to remove one end, snip it, and test it out of circuit, see what it does. Actually, I don't have to snip it because we're soldered in backwards. Just unsolder it here and then retest it and see what it does. My bionic eyeball in place. Okay. Now, let's retest it. Well, as you can see, it's 14.94. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that resistor. So we will put it back together. All right. With all that said and done, let's go ahead and reassemble it. All right. Meter is all assembled, and we're gonna check it out and see what I did. As I was putting the cables in, I noticed that the negative needs a little love. But I think for this testing, this will be just fine. As long as I don't put 200 volts through it, we're fine. And that was just my other voltometer telling me it's going to shut down here in a minute or two. I don't like that about that meter. I wish it would stay on forever. I wish it would give you the option to turn that feature off, but it don't. Alright, so let's throw this at 10 and see if we can calibrate it. Okay, from my angle that looks to be about on. From your angle it don't. Alright, we don't have to be precise, but so about, actually I look at the mirror, I could see. I don't have to look at the monitor, I could look at my mirror. So there, we don't have to be exact. Let me drop this down to R1. Not quite, but close. And we still have this issue here. You notice, drop that down, that comes down. Interesting. Maybe with more use it'll fix itself. If not, tear it apart, adjust the screws in there. I'm not going to stress too heavy about it. I know the set screw. I think I've already messed with the set screw, and I don't think this has done anything. I lied. because it's working now. Alright, so there we have it. Let's redo this. That looks better, so I guess maybe all I have to do is just keep working with this. That looks good to me right there. So we're on infinity, not affinity, but infinity. And we're zeroed. So I guess that's all I had to do, just kept messing with that. Let's drop it down to RX1. So here we're too far and not enough. And see, I've got that all the way up. I should probably fix that before worrying about the meter. Okay, so let's see what we have as far as voltage is concerned. Let's put that on quarter. The power supply is at 0. And let me adjust this up. Yeah, I'm going to say that worked. Okay, so that's 0.1. And I don't know where 0.1 is on this goofy thing. Where is a 1? Give me a 1. So I'd have a 1 right here. You throw this up at 2.5. Put it on 10 and we lose it. So let's go ahead and put this back down. Alright, so that's 2.5 volts, so let's go up. Let's go up a whole volt. Okay, so there's 1 volt. And 1 volt on that screen somewhere. Let's throw it up on the 10 volt scale. And 10 volt. I'm getting glare. So on the 10 volt scale, I should be getting 1 volt. And I'm not. If I'm reading this meter right here, which I should be, it's not quite. Let's go ahead and turn this guy up a little. Okay, so there's 5 volts. And on the 10 volt scale, we're at 4. So I could definitely use some calibration definitely could use the pieces fixed. In fact, let me stop that. Let me kill that. I wanted to bring to your attention in the schematic here, I made the comment that the keep dropping everything, that this this circuit board right here was not on the schematic, and I was looking at this off camera and I was totally incorrect. That circuit board is actually this section right here, and the variable resistor that I broke is VR1, which is right here, and that goes to AC voltage. I guess I could try that on the volts, but with that, like that, I won't. I should probably use another probes or fix that. So, with that all said, I think I'm going to end the video here. I think I've exhausted it and it's gone as far as I can for now. Anyway, that will conclude this video. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you liked. And you have any comments, by all means, please leave them below. And if you got any thoughts on how to read this goofy meter properly, let me know. That would be cool. I would hate to lose or have my Geek card suspended. Okay guys, catch you in the next one. See you then. Thanks for watching. Bye.